Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
Biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
I'm in the studio with my boy, Dr. Dan, and as a sidebar gang, we brought to you straight from DraftKings one of their representatives. His name is the Mad Hatter, and he is the second place reigning champ in the world of fantasy.
What's going on, Dream? How you guys feeling? I'm sure you guys are feeling pretty good. You and the doctor after your stellar day yesterday. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'd also like to give over. I'd like to give a crown though to Dream though. He took it away from me.
Okay.
As the worst weatherman on SBTV Nation.
Okay,
it's gonna be a blizzard in Foxborough.
Wait, I didn't say what. I
everywhere.
did not say a blizzard. I said it's snowing here, so there'll be snow in Foxborough. Because it was. I got snow. Did you guys not get snow?
Yes. No, I got snow. I got like an inch and a half.
All
and
right.
it was
And you know what's
slippery as hell.
What's funny is I'm watching the game. I text Hat and I'm like, dude, are you getting snow? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, why is it not snowing in Foxborough?
I don't know, but the storm missed it. There was no blinding snow, Dream.
And Hat didn't care that it was snowing because, you know, when I hit him up about the snow, he was listening, I'm trying to put in a teaser on DraftKings right now, and I don't know why it won't work.
Oh, good morning to everybody, SBTV Nation. I'm sure you could tell that we are supercharged today because the NFL playoffs are right smack in the middle of it, and we got two very big games today. And I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you, that we have to wait till 4 o'clock. I kind of wanted to do like the 1 o'clock thing, Dream.
So wait, all right, hold on. Okay, I'm lost now. The game's not on at 12 at 1 and 4 day?
No, you got a fourth.
No, it was originally scheduled for 1 and 4, but Kansas City, that area is experiencing like an epic ice storm.
Right.
So they moved it to 8 o'clock, figuring the roads would be safer. But I think that it's just a play so you can get the people out there tailgating for like 9
Wait
hours.
a minute, hold on. So, but it moved the Dallas game up?
No. They didn't change the time because they don't want to make a game earlier because that affects travel. It's easier to make a game later. So the Dallas game stays at 4, so it's going to be the Saturday type schedule instead of the Sunday.
That's so. No, I absolutely love that.
You love it?
Oh, see, I hate that. I love the 1
I
o'clock
love it.
Sunday.
No, I love that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Because I was pissed. I thought they took the Dallas game and moved it to the Steeler time, and they moved the Steeler game to the Dallas time. No, I absolutely love Saturday's schedule. Oh, no, this is perfect.
Well, you know what? The NFL, nobody did better than them because they will control the airwaves from 4:40 all the way till probably 11 o'clock at this point.
Oh, I mean, midnight. I mean, the only people that are happy probably is college basketball because they have a decent game at 1:30.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. So,
that's why I didn't know that.
So,
I thought they flopped the times on both games. No, I didn't know that they just moved it to Saturday. No, I love this. This is better
no,
than
because, I mean, the 1 and the 4, though, is great because you can start drinking right at 1, like with lunch, right? And then keep drinking through. And then after that 4 o'clock game's over, you pretty much can like pass out for a couple hours, eat a little dinner, and then go back to real bed.
yeah,
But,
right.
you know, with the 8 o'clock game, you got to really pace yourself.
Exactly. So, guys, let's have a conversation of what went down yesterday because the Atlanta Falcons were victorious over the Seattle Seahawks. And Atlanta started out a little shaky. They were actually down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, but then went bananas after that. A lot of players for Atlanta shined. And Matty Ice was one of them. Obviously, Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Sanu, Gabriel. I mean, the whole package. Dream. Good breakdown of that game.
Well, the thing was about Atlanta, I've watched them most of this season. I've seen a lot of their games this season, watched a lot of their wins and losses and what they're capable of doing offensively. Don't get me wrong. That being said, when Seattle ever went down the field to score in their first drive, I'm sitting in my living room going, dude, are you kidding me? This is going to happen again.
But then they held them to 3 points for the next 3.5 quarters, pretty much.
No doubt. But I was like, at first, I was on edge because Seattle looked loosey-goosey. On offense, they looked really good. I'm opening drive now. Offense, they look good. They look confident. And then they go out and get that lead in the beginning. I'm like, geez, I hope ATL doesn't go into panic mode. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's what you would expect out of them. Oh, God, here it goes again. I'll say it.
Yeah.
So once they got the safety, you knew it was over, though.
Once they got the safety, which, by the way, I happen to think that was a bad call because Russell Wilson's backside hit the ground in front of the goal line. I thought they.
It's where the ball is.
It's where the ball is. Dream.
I got you. I understand that, but I've seen that before, and I felt that they haven't called it. Don't get me wrong. I love them calling it safety, but I think they might have got robbed.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was kind of a bad play on his part because he tried to keep his balance and then it ended up, stumbling back even, deeper into the end zone.
Yeah, he rolled over.
I know. If that was like Mark Sanchez and the Jets, that thing would have been on a highlight reel forever.
Yeah, you know what?
Speaking of rolling over and falling, nothing was funnier. And I know we're not on to that game yet, but when Brady gets hit, it tries to get up and falls down. That was great. Freaking hilarious.
I know. Exactly. So, getting back to the Seattle-Atlanta game, guys. I mean, I don't know what your love affair is with Russell Wilson. I do not like his skills out there. I really don't.
Dude, Russell Wilson to me is an incredible. I mean, when you look at the quarterbacks in the NFL right now, all right, I can name you probably only 5 better than Russell Wilson. I mean, of course, I know that you're ready to roll with Matt. Now, please keep in mind, we're talking about as a real life quarterback. Now, as far as fantasy is concerned, then you probably don't like Russell Wilson because that's what you do. Okay, but in real life, Russell Wilson is like one of the 5th best, probably the 5th best quarterback in the NFL.
If he did not have the defense that he had over the last 5 years, guys, he's a Marcus Mariota.
No, that's not true.
He's a Marcus Mariota. I'm telling you.
You know what? I mean,
I'm telling you, he's not that good. I don't know what you guys see him.
Wilson behind a actual real offensive line. Okay, you're talking about an offensive line that you replace a rookie that's terrible with another rookie that's terrible. Like, you don't even have a backup. There's no veteran presence. It's the lowest paid offensive line in the NFL. I mean, and you're talking about a guy that's running for his life.
Yeah.
He's got a great arm. He's definitely accurate. But when you're rolling out every play, when you're fighting for your life every play, I mean, the fact that they even got there with that type of line. I mean, you win in the NFL in the trenches, and they don't have a trench.
Who? Let me ask you this: who does Russell Wilson had dope to throw to before Jimmy Graham got there?
I mean, it doesn't really have a great receiving corps, so I do understand.
He doesn't, but never had. This team lived off of Marshawn Lynch's ability to run the ball, and then he would, make plays with his legs and get the ball down. This guy's never had not one really good wide receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah. And if you went around the NFL and asked general managers, hey, straight up, you're a quarterback for my quarterback, Russell Wilson. I'm trying to think which general managers would say no. And I think Dream's right. There might be 5 or 6.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, when you think about it, I mean, you're going to go Brady, you're going to go Rodgers, you're going to go Roethlisberger, Breeze. And now I'm ready to talk about Wilson.
Cam Newton.
I'm ready to talk about Wilson.
Okay. All right. We'll have the conversation moving on. But you know what? We won't until next year because they're gone.
I'll give you I'll give you Cam at 5, but then I am. Listen, go take Russell Wilson and put him on the Denver Broncos right now. I bet they repeat the Super Bowl.
I would agree with that.
You would.
If you gave Russell Wilson that line with those two receivers, oh my God.
Okay.
Incredible.
All right. Well, anyway,
I know you like Matt Moore better.
No doubt.
Matt
Mizzy.
Mizzy is going to get a big contract next year with another team. Watch. Telling you.
If Russell Wilson, if they came to your general manager right now and said, look, Russell Wilson for Tannehill straight up, you're not. I mean, come on. You're putting him
He's
on
better than Tannehill. I'm not a Tannehill fan. You guys know that.
Okay, then you would not want him as the long-term franchise type quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.
And just think about the other. Just think about the other team. You're taking Russell Wilson. I mean, you ain't RG Thrizzle. You know what I'm saying? Tannehill. You know what I mean? I know Flacco's got a.
I take Derek Carr over Russell Wilson any day of the week.
No,
fair enough.
Come on,
I wouldn't.
That's fair, but Derek Carr, yeah.
But Derek Carr's dope. I'm not saying he's not dope. I would take everything
into. You want to start taking everything into account. Breeze is what? He's getting old, so you can really break it down a number of ways. All I'm saying is that I think you're extremely low on. A pretty good quarterback.
Gang, Russell Wilson or Flacco? And I know, Dan, you hate Flacco.
I hate Flacco.
Wow, that is an ugly comparison.
By the same things, they both have not had very good weapons.
That is a very ugly comparison. I mean,
it is an ugly comparison.
Oh man, you're comparing. I don't know. We could go on about this for days because I put like 8 or 9 quarterbacks ahead of him. To be honest with you. At
8
least.
or not? No way.
I'm telling you.
No way.
All right.
You're wrong, Matt. I'm sorry.
I'm wrong. All right. Well, we will keep it moving and go from there.
I'll give you the gas inside that.
All right. So anyway, let's talk about just recapping this game real quick. So Seattle puts up 20 points. They are eliminated and gone, and Pete Carroll is a wrap. And the Atlanta Falcons will move on, and I'm sure they're playing cheerleader today for the Green Bay Packers so they can get them at home because that's the way this would all shake out. Dan, any final thoughts on this game?
No, hey, it kind of rolled out exactly as I thought it would. I was the only thing that I'm saying is that I think that I'm a little more impressed by the Atlanta defense than I was. But then again, Seattle's offense stinks. And I just hope Julio Jones is healthy for next week so we can get a great game, whichever the matchup happens to be.
Right on. Dream, any final thoughts?
Well, my thing is, I'm not going to go crazy even if Julio Jones is not healthy because I think Atlanta has showed you that while Julio makes them stupid, that just makes them just ridiculous for us offense, their offense is still going to be a problem and just as potent with what they currently have. And they played a good majority of the season without Julio Jones. Obviously, you want Julio Jones in the lineup, but my thing is, I want him in healthy or at least able to play. I don't want him in as a decoy situation, and I don't want him in hobbling.
Agreed.
100% agree. Because, the other thing, too, is, and we can get off this game after this, but, you can use the 2 running back formation with this team. Because Tevin Coleman can catch, Devonta Freeman can catch. Yeah, I'm with you. Don't use him as a decoy because I think Matt Ryan will still try and force him the ball, but it'll be a big hit, but, I still think they can get over it.
And one thing I can say, a couple final thoughts here, is that I can say that I do stand corrected to a certain extent because I believe that the Atlanta Falcons offense looked way better than the Patriots offense yesterday. That's number one.
I don't know how is everybody saying this?
I don't know. We'll get into the game. Number 2 is that, we're talking about fantasy football now. Thomas Rawls beat the hell out of myself and the Dreams teams yesterday. Rawls had 3 points, 3.4 points. Dream. I thought he would have got most of the workload and had some success.
It got ugly quick. I mean, you know what I mean? The thing got, hey, we can't feature you anymore because we got to throw the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Well, coming out of the backfield or something.
That I still question why they didn't try to throw out of the backfield the screen passes.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch's mom was vocal about Seattle's. The one thing I have always also questioned about Seattle, is their play calling.
Sure.
I mean, you go all the way back to the Super Bowl with the pass and not the handoff, which I do think that was, trying to keep Marshawn Lynch from getting a touchdown. I mean, we can go talk about that for a minute too, but we don't want to. But there's a couple things that Seattle did not do yesterday as far as screen passes were concerned, even some shotgun draw situations to try to offset the aggressiveness of the Atlanta defense. I don't know. Something needs to be done to shake that up with that play call. And I've also said, I don't know if you guys agree with this. I've always felt like Marshawn Lynch more got an attitude with Seattle and decided, okay, I'm done. I don't want to be. Because I thought Marshawn Lynch actually probably had 2 more years of football left to play. Sure. How do you guys feel about that?
I agree with you.
I think Marshawn Lynch was kind of a prima donna. I mean, he was great, but I also think towards the end of the career, remember, he didn't want to go to training camps. He didn't want to hold out through the season. And I just think that more or less him being fed up with the team, I think he had also unreasonable demands in all fairness.
Okay.
All right, got it.
I could agree to that too, probably.
All right, so let's move on to the other game, which was the New England Patriots who win the game and cover the 16-point spread as they
my God, did they stink. Oh, my God.
They beat the Houston Texans. Dan, I'm not saying they stunk. I'm not saying that. It was the number 1 defense in the NFL.
That's a lie. Listen, I told you guys before when I saw that number 1 defense with Texans, take that with a grain of salt. Don't get me wrong. They do have a good defense. But as far as your defense just being number 1 and shut down, that was not discouraging me from thinking that the Patriots could cover that spread yesterday. Because any defense, I don't care how good you are, you're stuck out on that field as much as the Houston Texan offense is going to leave you out there. You are going to break down, especially on the road and playing Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly, with the big Brock at the helm as well. It's not going to do it for you. And you know what?
He didn't look terrible, though. He didn't look as bad as normal. There were so many drops that the Texans had, too.
Sure.
The big Brock is clumsy, though. God.
Oh, my God.
Dude, why don't you go try out for the Knicks?
He kind of looks like, when a horse is just born and they can't even stand really. They try and walk and they kind of stumble around. It's I don't know, man. He's so statuesque in there. But, all I've been hearing since, after the game and the post game is what's wrong with the New England Patriots? And I'm sitting here yeah, Tom Brady got hit a bit, okay? But the fact is that in years past, if you could get to Tom Brady with 4, you actually could win a game. He still put up 34 points and covered a 16.5-point spread. Well, not worried at all. And they're not going to face a better defense.
Well, you know what? They did have the run back for a touchdown with Lewis. They did have
but then he fumbled it. And so that's a stalemate. The thing I'm going to say about the Patriots is this that I noticed yesterday a little bit. The problem that I have with the Patriots right now moving forward and why I think they're going to be so susceptible, why I think there's some susceptibility to the armor is Tom Brady's go-to guys are injured or not playing. He's left now with the only guy that he really seems to trust from what I picked up in yesterday's game is Edelman. That's all he's left with right now. He's got no Gronk. I don't know what happened with Bennett because he didn't go to Bennett yesterday. I don't think they've got any confidence in Michael Floyd, who just came on. Hogan, he's got a little bit of confidence in Hogan, but Hogan's looking like he's having a hard time staying in the game. So as you keep taking these elements out of Tom Brady's offense and additives, yesterday at every point when he was in trouble, it was Edelman that he bailed out to. Other than that, you saw some punts. Moving forward, the right defense, that breaks this down is going to be able to say, hey, listen, I don't think this guy's got confidence in the other guys around him. And I don't think that he feels comfortable, giving them the ball and putting them in those situations. And in times when he did go that, there were turnovers, which will make him maybe a little more leery in the future. That's my thing that's bothering me moving forward with the Patriots. I just think that the injuries right now and playing with this hodgepodge group that they've kind of put together and piecemeal together, just drops his little lack of confidence a tad bit than he usually has.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, Dream. I think that he has a variety of weapons to go to. And I think what makes the Patriots so dangerous is the fact that he always showcases somebody else, like every game. You know what I mean? Like he'll go to White, he'll go to Hogan, he'll go to. Amendola was nowhere to be found yesterday. He kind of beat me up on fantasy. But
yeah,
he'll go to those guys.
First game back.
Yeah.
He'll go to those guys, but when he has his go-to guys in, you get him. See, I know what you're saying, but when you think about when he goes to those guys, like if he goes to Hogan, it's a deep shot on like first down, only because he knows that he's got his other guys in place. Yesterday, I thought part of their trouble was he just didn't have his outlet in regular guys that he was comfortable with.
I also think, though, in all fairness, and what makes Brady so great is that, when guys like, if you want to take Gronk, for instance, he'll force a ball in because he knows that even if Gronk may not catch it, it's not going to get picked off because he'll defend it, right? And you saw, like you said, with Edelman bailing him out, there were a couple times where Brady's throwing to an exact spot because he knows Edelman can, he has that skill set to get there.
Right.
Obviously, with Hogan and with all these other guys, I'm with you. They're just not. They're just not as good. They're just not as good as the other guys.
And don't have the chemistry to understand him.
I agree, but I still think that another week. I think Amendola could have a big week next week. After a full week of practice and all that. But I never doubt Tom Brady, and like I said, they still put up 34 points. And again, I'm not seeing any AFC or NFC team that defensively can do what the Texans can do. And I know their offense is brutal, right? And the way that you play against the Patriots is you're going to have to run the ball and keep your own offense on the field. But, I don't know, man. I don't really see the chinks in the armor that a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. At points of the game, it looked a little ugly, but you know what? It is the number one defense, like we talked about. Even if they had a cupcake schedule, playing the teams in their division twice, that makes up 6 games of their schedule. They're still a division winner. They still only gave up 310 yards per game, so it's all good. And we'll keep it moving and go from there. Dan, any final thoughts on the Patriots-Texans?
No, I think the Patriots. I still don't see them losing in the AFC Championship. And again, 6 years in a row that they're there? That's crazy.
It's sick. And Dream, any final thoughts?
The one thing I am going to say about this game moving forward, which I put on Twitter yesterday, I do believe that of the 2 teams left in the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the better opportunity of beating the New England Patriots should they make it. But, of course, we're going to have to watch the Steelers today, see how healthy Ben Roethlisberger is, and we're going to get into that game a little bit later.
All right, we're going to do it right about now, guys.
Oh, all right.
I'm getting ready to click it right over to talk about the NFL playoffs and what we got going on today. Just a recap of our daily fantasy league. Number 1 right now is Kenon, Kenon, who had Tom Brady, Devontae Freeman, Deion Lewis, Julian Edelman, Michael Floyd, Julio Jones, and the Patriots defense yesterday. So congratulations to you so far, but we're only halfway there, brother. And I plan on catching you because the rest of my team is still dope. So moving on. Dream, where are you at in this contest?
Who knows? I know where I'm at and making money, though. where you at with winning plays?
You know what? You could donate. Just donate your winnings to me on fantasy.
Where you at with winning plays? I got. Trust me, I made way more than the $25 that I pop on the DraftKings.
All right. So you're in 20th place, Dream, as usual, near the bottom. Damn. How are you so booty at fantasy, kid?
Son, shut up.
Just want to know, man.
Shut up.
All right. Let's talk about it, guys.
We called me yesterday talking about, can you get your boy? He's in here trying to put a prop play.
All right, let's go into the Packers versus the greatest team that ever lived, according to most Cowboy fans. The Dallas Cowboys, who are 7-1 at home, 13-3 altogether on the year. Dallas minus 5.5 with an under over a 52 points. I'm going to kick it off with you, Dan, on this game. I'd like to know what you got to say about the Green Bay Packers, who are without Jordy Nelson, going into Dallas.
Sometimes it doesn't matter. And I mean, Aaron Rodgers is magic right now.
Yep.
I watched it firsthand in the destruction last week that you could hold that man down for a half.
Yep.
You can hold him down maybe for 3 quarters. And you're talking about plus 5.5 right now. I don't see this game, even if the Packers get down, 10 points, 14 points, I'm not really worried about it because I just see them being able to really kind of overcome any deficit. I am a little nervous, obviously, about the right side of the defense. And obviously, if the Giants didn't drop some very catchable balls, they would have been, out to an immediate lead. So that's my concern. But again, I can't go against Rodgers right now. And again, we all know, rookie QB and running back combinations, no matter how good they are in the playoffs, that's not normally a recipe for success.
All right. So where you think you're going to take the Green Bay Packers plus?
I'm all over the Packers.
5.5 points. It's actually jumped up. It was 4. Then I saw 4.5, 5. Now it's 5.5, brother.
Yep. And if you feel like it, buy a 1.5. I'm good at the plus 5.5. I honestly see this game, 3 or 4 points one way or the other. I wouldn't be surprised, if one quarterback had the ball, down 3 or 4, trying to lead his team for a touchdown or a field goal to close this game out.
All right. Dream.
Yes.
What's your thoughts here?
First of all, you guys know that I stay open in these games. No matter what it is, I don't go with my heart because I play with money. So I'm not a fantasy guy like some other people on the program. So I have to be cognizant of what is really going on with the NFL as far as the money is concerned. As much as it pains me to do this, and as much as it pains me to say this, and as much as I will love if they lose, okay? Because as of right now, I haven't even wagered on this game. The close out my teaser is the Steeler game, not this game. I haven't even wagered on it, but I'm probably going to wager on it because y'all know how that works. That being said, Green Bay has too much to overcome. I'm sorry. The Cowboy offensive line is bananas. It is what it is. I can't get around that. Everything that everybody's talked about this team is true. Ezekiel Elliott is an incredible, phenomenal athlete. You know what's even more important that nobody talks about Ezekiel Elliott? He doesn't fumble the ball. He never fumbles the ball.
Right.
The Cowboys don't make a ton of mistakes on offense. As much as I hate to give the Cowboys praise, because I know their fans are sitting right now in their pajamas in their mother's basements, jumping up and down, and then the guy who's working at McDonald's on the fry line on the fries just probably spilled those all over the place. But I'm just saying, they don't make a ton of mistakes, and they're not going to make those mistakes coming into this game. I expect them to be well coached. I expect them to be polished. I don't know who's going to be able to defend Dez Bryant. I think that Jason Witten is going to be an X factor in this game, although they use Witten to block a lot, does not break out into catching the ball. However, I do believe that Green Bay's defense is going to be too interested in focusing on stopping the run, which will let Witten have some success on a delayed, go out on his routes. I'm sorry, guys. As much as I hate to do this, I got to take the Dallas Cowboys.
Dream, you know what? I'm actually on the same side as you today. You know what? I think this team is very well rested. Even in week 17, nobody really played. They kind of took their foot off the gas in that game. I think Dak was out there for a little bit of time. Obviously, they sprinkled in some Sanchez and Romo in that game. They've had the week off. I believe that Green Bay had a very emotional win last week and just kind of blew their wad, so to say. I think without Jordy Nelson, I think they may focus on some of the other receivers here. I do agree with you with them being so obsessed with stopping the run. The only bad thing about the Dallas Cowboys, obviously, is the inexperience of having a couple of rookies there, being their offensive phenoms. I like the Dallas Cowboys, too. I don't think I'm going to lay the 5.5. I think I'm going to get it down and money line this, but I think they move on in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they won by a touchdown or more, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't be surprised if they won by a touchdown or more. And gang,
No.
this game so reminds me, and then we got Dr. Dan taking Green Bay too.
Yeah.
This game so reminds me of the Green Bay Packers going into, do you remember they went into Arizona last year?
Yes.
This game reminds me, it's like to me it's the same game, you know, where they went into Arizona and then they got bludgeoned in Arizona. You know, listen,
Arizona had a world-class defense, though.
no, and I agree with you on that. I do agree with you on that, but the Dallas Cowboys offense is better than Arizona's offense last year.
Yeah, but you're still talking about a rookie running back and a rookie quarterback. I understand that they've been dope all year. I get that.
I know, but come on, let's slow down.
But
Russell
here's the
Wilson-
thing. Here's
Russell
the thing,
Wilson
Green.
in his rookie
Okay,
season
so
won
let's
the
say
Super
Green
Bowl.
Bay gets the ball to start, and they do what Seattle did yesterday. You don't think Dallas is sitting there like, uh-oh?
No, I don't. And I'm not going to go crazy with the rookie thing. We've seen rookies shine in these situations before. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl his rookie year. I'm not going to go crazy with the rookie thing because the things around these guys in place, you cannot account for. You cannot get around an offensive line, an all-class, all-world offensive line, and Green Bay's defense has showed an inability as it is to, get pressure on a quarterback and to get pressure to stop in the run. If they're not able to
Green Bay, Hatter, do you have the D stats up? Because wasn't Green Bay like number 2 or 3 against the run all year?
Against the run, they give up 106 yards per game, which makes them against the rush number 20th.
20th?
Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. That's the opposite. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull it up. Against the run, Green Bay. I remember that they were giving up almost nothing, but they are number 8. They give up. I'm sorry. Stand corrected. 94.7 yards per game. That's what they do. And Dallas has the number 1 rush defense in the NFL. Believe it or not.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, why run the ball? And the other thing too is I think if Green Bay starts getting into that no huddle, which I think will be a lot quicker today,
yes.
And look, I'm not saying that Dallas is not going to necessarily win this game. I'm just saying at plus 5.5 points, and then on another teaser, taking it up another 7. I mean, I just don't see this game being, that out of control.
And the other element I didn't talk about, but I've talked about it in the past, anytime you are able to run the ball, you are able to control and manage the game. Aaron Rodgers sitting on the sideline watching a 12 to 13 play drive by the Dallas Cowboys featuring, Ezekiel Elliott going up the field is going to keep him off the field, out of rhythm, and anxious. When he does finally get the ball, you're going to see a couple of overthrows, a couple of drops, a couple of threes and outs. Now the Cowboys have really taken control over this game, which is a huge element to this game that I don't think is talked about enough. Listen, nobody would love more than me to see the Green Bay Packers smack the crap out of the Dallas Cowboys. Trust me.
Yes.
I would like tomorrow, if Green Bay wins tonight, trust me, I will blow Twitter up. I will blow it up. But it's money, and cash moves everything around me. Y'all know the deal. I'm about making money, and Green Bay, it's just too much of a mountain. If Green Bay's defense had played a little better this season, if they had a valid running game, which they don't have, then you take Jordy Nelson out of the package and you take them back into this playoffs. I know that people term that as momentum, but at some point, the adrenaline leaves and you're out of gas. And I think the bridge is over today for the Green Bay Packers.
All right.
The other thing, and I don't know how you guys feel about these types of splits, is I look at what Aaron Rodgers does on the road, and he actually had more passing yards and an equal, basically, completion percentage on the road. But what he does on turf fields, 9 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah, not bad.
Indoors, I think, and you got some speed guys coming back. I understand you lost Jordy, and that's a hit, but he's been able to do it without him before. So I don't know, man. I really think the Packers are probably going to win this game on the field, but I think it's a lot closer than you guys think.
All right.
And the other thing I can't stand about Green Bay, I don't like Green Bay's play call. I've never liked their play calling all season. I've complained about their play calling all season. It's gotten a little better in the last few weeks, but I complain. But you're right, Dan. The one thing I will give Green Bay, but I don't know if we're going to see it. If they go no huddle, the Dallas Cowboy defense has shown a susceptibility to the no huddle offense.
Right.
That is one point that you're absolutely right about. We have seen that this season.
Yeah, and look, my last thought on this is if Dallas is going to have a win in this game, Dez Bryant has to have a big game.
Yep.
Has to. If he does not have a big game, I still don't see, Cole Beasley being able to beat him. You're still going to have to throw the ball. You're still going to have to put up points. So,
all right.
And I don't see Dez having a big game.
One thing I can point out is that the Dallas secondary is not the best at all. They are ranked, if you go down here and look at it, 26th in the NFL defending the pass. Aaron Rodgers should have a pretty big game today. But
the over in this game is money.
You like the over?
I love the over in this game.
Okay.
And I mean, I'll be honest, I have a little, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I actually have a four-play 7-point teaser that I think is pretty money, because I think if you get the over in this game down to 45,
sure,
and the Packers up to plus 12.5, and we'll talk about the next game, I think that's a good start.
All right. So we're going to move on.
The problem with the over for me is, once again, like I said, Dallas gets the ball, runs the ball, and controls that clock.
Yeah.
It takes Green Bay out of rhythm. You're going to get some Dallas scoring, but you may not get Green Bay scoring, or you get Dallas, those long drives, and they end up kicking a field goal. It could very well be a shootout. I just can't I can't pick a side as far as total is concerned in this game, because I just don't know what Dallas is going to be able to do as far as with their running game, and if they're going to be able to control the clock like I'm saying. And if they are, then I don't see the game going over.
All right.
I'm very curious, and maybe one of you guys knows this. What is the prop on Dak throwing a pick?
Oh, I don't know. I have to take a look at that. There's like 100,000 bets.
I'll look it up now.
Because do you know Osweiler yesterday on the over one interception was plus 105.
And did he throw a couple?
He threw 3.
He threw 3, right? Yeah.
He threw 3, so that paid out.
Yep.
But Dak, what? He threw 3 all year.
Good point.
Something like that. So I think I could just see him making a mistake. I just could see him making a mistake at some point in this game.
Okay.
It's because you're trying to.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Because you're taking Green Bay, so you see a bunch of stuff.
Well, of course, but that's why I'm taking Green Bay, because he's still a rookie, okay? And I actually agree with you. I think Witten is going to be the security blanket in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets double-digit targets. And I think the offense is not going to be too bad. I'm just going to say, when you go up against Aaron Rodgers, and as Hatter just pointed out, 26 secondary in the league, I think Rodgers starts picking it apart. And yeah, maybe you have a first drive where you control the ball for 8 minutes and score a touchdown, and then Aaron Rodgers goes in a minute and a half later, puts the ball in the end zone. I still think he's going to put pressure, and I think that'll still put pressure on the rookie quarterback and make him make throws that he hasn't had to make all year.
All right. So let's move on, guys. Let's move on to the next game on the ticket, which is the Kansas City Chiefs, who are hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kansas City minus 1.5. I'm actually seeing some 2s, some 2.5.
I have a 2.5.
Wow. With an under-over of 44.5. Dream, I'm going to start off with you, since I started off with Dan on the last one. Talk to me about the 3 Bs in that prolific offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Speaking about the line for a second, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm sure you do notice. Yesterday, that Atlanta line at game time had jumped to 7.
Yeah.
So seeing these lines move is very interesting right now. But not that I pay any attention to that, but a lot of people do. So I just want to just mention that. Okay, going over to KC. Listen, I don't like KC. Okay. I think KC has a pretty good defense and a booty offense. All right. I know that at times that they have been able to get this offense to work, but I've never been the biggest fan of an offense that your tight end is like your best guy. Okay. A la the Carolina Panthers. I know that KC's got a couple other weapons in Hill. I know Macklin's back. I know they've got Ware for running the ball. But when you break it down, this KC offense is about Kelsey, who I hope throws a flag at the ref today. Because because I absolutely love that this season. If he did that. But, I never liked Alex Smith. Andy Reid's track record in the playoffs, going back to Philadelphia with Donovan McNabb, horrendous. Even last year, this team did not pan out in the playoffs. I don't like this KC team. I just don't. I mean, there's some things I like about them, but I like them as a regular season team to wager with, playing subpar opponents. But now that the money is on the table and you're in this particular situation, I don't like them. In come the Pittsburgh Steelers. First question for us about the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger's mobility and how affected his legs are. I believe his legs are going to be fine. I guess we will have to keep an eye on that throughout the game and during the game, but I believe his legs are going to be fine. Dude, then we can't talk enough about the Steelers, okay? Le'Veon Bell, incredible running. So here we got to go. Put 8 in the box and stop Le'Veon Bell. Guess what? I'm going to murder you over the top then. I'm going to throw to Brown. I'm going to throw to Sammy Coates. I'm going to get Jesse James involved and any other guy in a Steeler uniform because Ben will spread the ball around to you. It seems like they're stacked with fast wide receivers and guys that can catch the ball. So this offense to me presents so much of a difficulty for KC to counteract. I just don't see Kansas City winning the game. Now, KC will probably benefit from keeping the game close. Steelers will probably make a couple of dumb plays. I'm sure Harrison will probably get penalized for, roughing the passer, for sacking Alex Smith or something like that. It's probably going to go down. The Steelers do stuff like that. But offensively, when the Steelers' offense is running on point, I think they're the best offense in the NFL.
I can see that. So you're going to take them today, Dream?
I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They close out my 10-point tease. I got the Steelers plus 10. I got the Steelers plus 10, so I can't. I'm laughing. Kind of. Anyway, I'm laughing right now for the most part with that. But aside from that, I would do, if I was going to gamble today, which I am, and I still may play another play, I would take the Dallas Cowboys in the tease along with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that would be my play for the day.
All right. Dan, where you at here?
Yeah, so I like Pittsburgh in this game. Obviously a little concerned about the weather, but again, both teams are used to it. I don't think it should be that big of a deal. I think this is going to be a shootout again. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, actually. I think Pittsburgh does have some real weaknesses on the defense that just, your boy Matt Mizzy wasn't able to really, break through. But I also think Kansas City also does now have a big playability. That being said, I love the experience of Pittsburgh. I mean, they obviously have the 3 best players on the field offensively. The defense has been playing as a unit and playing very well. Mm-hmm. Again, like the over, and I like Pittsburgh, plus 2.5. I guess if you want to buy a half point up to 3, I think Pittsburgh wins this game on the field, though.
I think they win on the field.
I do.
That would set up a pretty damn good AFC championship game, wouldn't it?
And like Dream said, Fat Andy in the playoffs, this is where he gets back to 500. He's 10-9 right now. He's never won the big one. And like Dream said, Kansas City was a fun team to wager on the regular season. I know Arrowhead's a tough place to play, but if any team can weather that storm, it's Pittsburgh.
All right, got it. Well, you know what? I think that the Kansas City Chiefs have been a lot of smoke and mirrors this year. I think that they've had some success playing some pretty bad teams at times. Even when you look at them statistically, I mean, offensively and defensively. Offensively, they are number 20 in all of football. Defensively, and a lot of people talk about this defense, but they're number 24 in the NFL. You know what? I think that if the Pittsburgh Steelers are healthy, I do agree with you 100%, Dream, on that whole package. If they stack the box and try to stop Bell, which everybody's trying to do these days, he's going to murder you. I think Big Ben, and you know what? You take that offense versus the Kansas City offense, I mean, there's just no comparison. The only thing that can happen is if, let's say, Ben gets a little knocked around a little bit, gets a little banged up. I mean, he's probably the toughest quarterback in the NFL. I think we could all agree on that. I mean, this guy could take a licking and keep on ticking for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Put him right there with Cam.
as far as
He does
being
not
tough.
complain. Cam complains though, but
Well, no, Cam's a baby. No, I did. Yeah, no doubt. I know. Definitely.
I don't know, man, because I also think Roethlisberger would go out there with 2 broken legs, even if his team was like 3-11, and Cam would be like, "Nah, I'm done. I'm done for the season. That's good, guys. We're out of it."
Yeah, right on. You know what? I mean, Pittsburgh has been a very hot team, guys, and you know what? But for some reason, this line is bothering me a little bit. Why is Kansas City favored in this game? I'm thinking it should be more of a pick-em.
Because nobody knows about the Roethlisberger injury.
And they're home.
They're home, yeah, but still, Dream. Pittsburgh Steelers are probably the hottest team in football right now.
Yeah, but dude, look at what they've done on the road. They were, everybody talks about, and I know you talk to Steelers fans.
They turned it around though, Dan.
I know, but look who they turned it around against. You talking about Cincinnati? I mean, and I know it's a division rival, whatever, but I still have that concern. I like Pittsburgh in this game, but I still am concerned about some of the things they've done on the road.
Okay.
So, and I also think the weather is a big factor in this as well.
Got it. All right. Well, where I'm at here is I'm going to try that prop again where I failed miserably yesterday.
And by the way, hold on one second.
Yes.
Even though we did complain about Cam Newton being a baby, Cam never acted like Tom Brady acted yesterday after he got hit. I've never seen Cam complain like that about his hit during the game like Brady did yesterday.
Well, I mean, Brady's an old white guy, Dream. I mean, come on,
Why's a race got to be involved?
Because it's like Tom is so used to getting it his way. He's just so used to getting everything his way that, like, if he gets tapped on the face mask, that's a 15-yard penalty. If, someone drags him down and touches his shoelace, it's going low on the quarterback. So, like, when he gets a little roughed up, he's just used to getting that flag every time.
For some reason, I like the prop of the field goal being the first score in this game. So that's where I'm going to go.
They take props on DraftKings?
Shut up. Go reload your account.
What field goal kicker did you start, Dream?
No wonder they shut the DraftKings account down where that was. He's gambling on it.
We'll keep it moving. I like the field goal to be the first. So you've got, I'm looking at the odds right now, and you've got the Steelers field goal being plus 350 and the Chiefs field goal being the first score plus 250. So worst case scenario, you make
I'm
plus
also
150.
seeing just some injury on the some news on the Roethlisberger injury about what it actually is. And, like back in the day, Ben broke his foot. What they're saying is there's no broken foot, but it's like a scar, like where the scar tissue is inflamed. So what I'm saying is that's a cortisone shot. That'll be numb. I don't think that's going to be any problem out there today.
All right. Sounds good, guys. So that's going to do it as far as the NFL is concerned. So my question to both of you, and I'm going to start off with you, Dream.
Yes.
You have anything else that you're looking at as far as other sports today?
Well, definitely got other sports. We got to talk a little bit just quickly because I know we want to get out of here. Everybody's got stuff to do before these games are going on. But first of all, big shout out to Dr. Dan yesterday. As when you talked about Minnesota, I didn't end up taking Minnesota yesterday. I did take Louisville and Georgetown, put them in that parlay, and that came to fruition. So great job by you because you kind of talked me off of Minnesota. But, gang, I did give out Minnesota, and I apologize for that because they were not able to get it done as they lost the game by 2 points. We gave out the Preds, which worked. The Sharks, though, late failed. I hope you didn't have to play the Sharks last night or because you lost trying to take Brock Osweiler plus 60 because if you took Brock plus 16 points, I really don't feel that bad for you if you lost yesterday. Sorry. Sorry. As far as today is concerned, in the NHL, the New Jersey Devils are back on the ice again, and you know I love picking on this Devils team as they're playing the Canucks. Devils play the Canucks tonight. I like the Canucks to beat the Devils. You guys know. I think I'm pretty much going to probably bet against the Devils whenever they're on the road. I mean, that's just how it's starting to look as far as I'm concerned. So that's going down. It's a 7 o'clock start. I don't know if you want to put it in now, if you want to mix it in with some of your NFL, whatever you want to do. The Devils did get a win on Friday against the Flames, which absolutely ticked me off because it screwed up a parlay that was going to be fantastic. But that being said, they got their win out of their system, but they should be all set and ready to go and catch a loss tonight against the Canucks. I like the Canucks tonight as far as hockey's concerned.
All right.
In the NBA slate, the Toronto Raptors have the New York Knickerbockers coming into town. Hat, do you have a spread on that game?
Knickerbockers, let me take a look here and pull it up. The Toronto Raptors are -10.
Toronto Raptors are -10. It put the Raptors in a money line situation. If you need something to add to Pittsburgh or something to add to Dallas, I think you can take the Raptors. It's a 3 o'clock start for the Toronto-New York game. I like the Raptors to beat New York. I actually like them to cover the 10, but I would put them in a money line situation. You might even want to do a multi-sport and put them with the hockey and keep it away from your NFL plays. But those are the other two things that I looked at that you might want to get down with.
All right, Dan, you got anything?
Yeah, I got one more, and it's kind of nasty, and I don't know if you're going to agree with this, but the losers of 4 straight, Ohio State, playing at home today against Michigan State. And they are, I think it's a 2-point favorite. I got to see what I got it at. But
2-point favorite.
I actually like Ohio State to win and cover here. I think Michigan State is a bad road team. I just don't think those kids get up for the game. I think this is a game that Ohio State, basically, it's a must-have. They play much better at home than they do on the road. And I think they come in, I think they get this win today.
All right, Dream, any thoughts on that?
Tough game. I don't like. See, this game reminds me of the Minnesota game yesterday, and I don't know. I wouldn't go. I'm not going near it. But the thing that I will say about Michigan State, they did catch that win against Minnesota, that bludgeoning that they did earlier in the week. I don't know if that got them a little bit of a moxie and a little bit of their swagger back. I agree with you though that they are young and don't travel well. It's an important game for both these teams. It's going to be a hard-fought game, probably really entertaining to watch, but I can't go. I'm going to leave it alone.
I hear you. And just so everybody knows, I'm taking that like a third unit of what my NFL plays are. So
all right.
I am playing it light.
Okay.
And Hat can't get any of these plays in as they don't have these plays on DraftKings.
Very funny, Dream.
It would be dope.
You know, I love that I won.
mixed
I won
fantasy.
more in fantasy last week than you probably did on the book. Just saying.
Oh, you most definitely did not.
All right. Well, we could have the conversation. So,
I
anyway,
want
guys,
the High Rollers tournament, the 2-team conference championship or 4-team whatever. High Rollers, $100 conference championship DraftKings. Winner take all.
Sounds good to me. So, guys, we're going to get up out of here. Got a lot to do and to get ready for these NFL games and collegiate basketball that you guys are getting involved in. So let's move on and recap what we're on. Dream, I'm going to start with you. What are you at?
All right, gang, I closed out the teaser that I gave out at the beginning of the week. That was the Clemson University who won. We had them plus a bunch. I can't even remember what it is anymore. We also had the Atlanta Falcons yesterday. We had Tom Terrific yesterday, and the Steelers are the last piece of the puzzle. I talked to you about yesterday. If you wanted to put it in, go ahead and run it back. I would now add to it the Steelers and the Cowboys. Sidebar, I will probably also play a 7 or 8 point teaser, depending on the point, so you can make it right. Obviously, we're dealing with 3s and 7s, but I'll play another teaser today. I am going to probably take the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if I'm gonna take the Steelers in that one because I already have them in the other one. So I may add the Cowboys, with maybe the Raptors or somebody else, or even leave it open for next week. But I do like the Cowboys to win today, and I wish you guys a lot of luck. I want to thank everybody that's out there retweeting the show, like I always do. Pull that up real quick. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
Well, Dream's pulling that up. I'll just recap what I got real quick. So I got Ohio State -2. That game will tip at 1:30. Then we're going to go to the Steelers plus 2.5. I don't need a half point. They're winning the game. And the Green Bay Packers plus 5.5. And I'm also going with the over in most likely both those games. So that's what I got.
I want to thank Buster Carr, Jim Rowe was a douche, Fast Eddie 72, Winning Picks is in the house, Benjamin Rowe, Pumpkins, Pigskin Panic 21, sorry guys. Terrence Mack is out there. We got Snoopy Betts, OJFB. What's happening, player? Good to see you. JP's in the house. Terry Bashar, Shane Whitehead is out there. Shane, congratulations to the Clemson University, national champions of college football. We got JDH24 in the house. Shy Picks is out there showing us his love. Spot Bet TikToker and so many more. I want to send a shout out to Cash Action Bets, Vegas Girl 92661, my boy Jonesy out there. Jonesy, the most impatient gambler in the nation. As the minute that Seattle scored, he has something slick to say. Buster Carr's in the house as well. Jackie, Southern Shark, also Scott. We got to send him a big shout out. Killer Cam 505, Jay Gotts, Wayne Yarborough, Papa Smurf, and so many more. Also Jeff Lyons out there. Gang, I'm the Dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day. And good luck.
All right, guys, don't forget you have tennis going on today. So if you want to...
You can forget that. You can forget that.
Shy Picks keeps reminding me of it.
Yeah, you can forget that there's tennis.
Well, you're not going to be watching tennis instead of the NFL playoffs today?
No. I'm not going to watch the NFL today, as I'm going to meet you at the bar to watch tennis. We're going to have to put the tennis game on and have to get a riot at the bar.
Can you imagine if somebody walked in and asked them to switch the Green Bay and Dallas game for the Aussie Open?
I could. I could imagine.
We're having a lot of fun with that, guys. Guys, we love you to death. Go out there, go easy, grab the world by the balls, and get that money. Let's go.
Peace.